Jessie had been bullied most of her life, and I got her through it. But with the technology today, it happened too swift. It was too fast. And the school just dropped the ball.
In 2008, a nude photo of Jessica Logan was sent by cell phone and intended only for her boyfriend, but it was texted to hundreds of classmates. And after weeks of cyber harassment, the high school student hanged herself. Her mother became an outspoken advocate for the need for protection from and response to cyber and electronic harassment. 2 weeks ago, a major step taken as Governor Kasich signed the Jessica Logan Act into law. The key components are that schools will include bullying and harassment sent electronically in their anti-bullying policy and punishment standards, that bullying policy will extend off school grounds and onto school buses, that every year parents will be informed of a school's anti-bullying policy and punishment, and will be notified when their student is found to be involved in bullying incidents. It will also allow for anonymous reporting of bullying incidents for those who fear retaliation. Though the Jessica Logan Act establishes a statewide standard and mandate, not all are completely satisfied with the finished product.
We're happy to see that some action was taken. Obviously, school bullying, the components that are in what we are calling the Jessica Logan Act are important, but it's not quite as comprehensive as we would have liked to have seen.
25th District State Representative Michael Stenziano says he pushed to have added real or perceived traits such as sexual orientation and gender identity to racial and religious identities, among others, to be specifically numbered and included in anti-bullying education and policy. But he could not get enough votes, so that recommendation was stripped from the final bill signed into law.
But what we've seen is the general policy of we won't have any school bullying sounds great, but it doesn't create the awareness. It doesn't provide the recognition. The research has shown when that enumeration occurs, school bullying drops significantly, be it sexual orientation, be it gender identity, ethnic intimidation as well. I mean, the statistics don't lie, and they show when that enumeration component's there.
Stenziano says 13 other states have anti-bullying laws that list specific groups to be protected. But there is another challenge to this ramping up of school response.
I will tell you that when a group like Rachel's Challenge comes to town, or the Teen Challenge they did up in Sunbury, Ohio, they had to raise that money independently out in the community. There really are no funds for these kinds of programs. Do you see that changing?
Economies get better. I think it remains a priority. I think the challenge with any good piece of public policy we're dealing with right now is the cost and effects that it could have. Ultimately, I'd like to see the funding, particularly when we know school districts, they'd be proactive, have these programs, have these assemblies, have this notification before an incident. All too often we see it after the fact, and now they're incurring costs where hopefully it could have been preventive in nature.